Hi everyone, welcome to the Jeval Technical Couch. So today I'm going to be going through all the new shades of Jeval that have been recently launched. So that way when you've got customers coming into the store, you've got some instant pointers on I guess how people can get the best use out of these new reflex, and you will have more confidence in recommending them as well. So we'll start off with the 900 and 1000, which now concludes the resistant grey coverage family. So here they are here, and they're as straightforward as all your other intense naturals. So if you come across resistant grey hair coverage on a level 9 and 10, use them the same way as you would your other intense naturals. Follow the Jeval grey coverage guide with what percentage of base you need to add for the percentage of white, and carry on colouring as usual, and it is always 45 minutes for grey coverage. They mix well with any other level 9 or 10 reflex should you or your customer require that reflect on a level 9 and 10. 511 New Intense Ash. This is going to be excellent now for maximum reduction and counteraction of red, which is normally a level 5. Work with 5 volt and you will counteract instantly a high level of red from the hair. Again, mix in with your double O's or your naturals should you require a more cooler ash reflect on a level 5 when covering grey hair as well. 8, we'll go into the beige and ash, which is 81. Beautiful reflect. So we've got the 8.81 and the 10.81. Both stunning on dark yellow and light yellow blonde toning when you want to remove maximum warmth from the hair on those lighter levels. Again, mix with your naturals, and if you want for grey coverage, and if you want to make a 981, simply mix equal parts of 881 and 1081, and that will create you the 981. Stunning in foils, especially when you're lifting, say from a level 6 to a level 8 with 20 volt, it's going to be a cooler result with minimal undertone of warmth. Also going from a level 8 to a level 10 with 20 volt, you're going to achieve your cool level 10. So these also make stunning colors for in between your blonde foils, if you want that secondary natural tone when you're coming up from a level 6, 7 or an 8 to achieve your level 8, 9 and 10 results. Just keep in mind on ultra very light white hair where there is minimal yellow, working directly with a 0.81 such as your 1081 for example may result in a slightly flatter tone than desired. To avoid this, you just simply add in, say, a 20 gram toning formula, your 15 grams of 1081 and 5 grams of 1012 or 92, anything that's got a hint of violet in there, and that will avoid you flattening out or greening out since they are, a greener undertone in your color wheel. So they're your 0.81s. Next we have the 0.12 series. Again, absolutely stunning for blondes. So here we have an ash dominant with a violet secondary. Therefore, they're going to give you a more ash pearl rather than a pearl ash, having the ash as your dominant reflect. The 812, I absolutely love when I'm wanting to create a stunning shadow, or I want to reduce maximum, say that dark yellow, you can shadow down or stretch down, smudge down with your 812, and then keep your ultralight blondes beautifully toned with your 1012. Having your violet already within your formula will prevent any form of greening out on blonde hair, especially when working with ash. So this is the same as in the past when we used to educate. When you are working with the 0.1 series on their own, it is vital to add that hint of violet to prevent greening out. This is now your pre-mixed tone with 812, 1012, and again, if you want to create that in between 912, simply mix equal parts of 812, 1012, and that will create your 912. So now we have beautiful ash violet tones for your level 8, level 9, and level 10. And yes, if you wanted to add some clear plus into this just to give that extra bit of cleansing and lifting out of a slightly darker yellow, by all means, and this is a great technique to work with when creating your blondes as well. Next, we have this beautiful Reflect 863. And from what I've been seeing out there and talking to customers, it is becoming a highly popular color. So the 863 is gold red, creating this beautiful rosy reflect. Now, when you apply the 863 on very dark yellow hair, keep in mind the yellow may make this 863 less rosy and a little bit more coppery. In this case, it is vital that you lift to the correct level should you want to achieve true swatch reflect. On a dark level 8, I would highly recommend that you just add a hint of 86 or a dot of the red concentrate, therefore preventing the intense yellow that is in the hair coppering out the 863. Ideally, you would lift to a level 9 and then tone with your 8.63. In a level 9, it is a lighter yellow, therefore not affecting the reflect of the 863. And if you wanted to create this with grey coverage, just simply mix it with your 80 or 800 should the hair be resistant, and colour the grey hair as usual. So again, on a higher level of white hair, you would use more of your 800 or 80, say 3/4 for 70 to 100% white, preventing the white hair going ultra pink, right? So if you had to, for example, apply 863 directly on white hair, just to give you an example, the hair will go rather pink. In some cases, this is exactly what you'd want. But when you're wanting a soft reflect, with your grey coverage, stick to your Jeval grey coverage guide with how much base you need to add for the particular percentage of white hair. So 70 to 100% white, I highly recommend you work with, 3/4 of your formula with your base color, and then 1/4 of your formula with your reflect color, being 863. Also keep in mind, if you overlift the hair, say you go to a level 10, a very, very pale yellow, then obviously this reflect is going to be more pink. So it is important that you leave a hint of yellow in the hair rather than exceeding the level of lift for a proper 863 to sit on. So maximum lift would be a level 9. If you have overlifted and the hair is looking a lot whiter, this color will result quite pinky. But if you wanted that rosiness, all you need to do is either fill a little bit that white hair with 9.3 and then color over with your 863. 722 is an extension to the Intense Violet series. We'll just bring that out here. So in the past, we used to create this a lot by mixing 622 with Clear Plus, and now we have it ready here. So yes, if you wanted to create this beautiful reflect on pre-lightened hair, you need to actually lift beyond a level 7 or a level 8. You do not want to see a dark yellow or a dark orange in the hair. You actually want to be quite light. And my suggestion here would be, firstly, use insanely cool shampoo to minimize the yellow in the hair on your level 9 and 10 lift. And in your formula, I would be suggesting to mix, for example, 25 grams of 722 with 5 grams of 622 to not allow the 722 to completely dilute and end up washed out. So if you want to keep some depth in your 722, I suggest that you recommend to your customers to add that little bit of the slightly darker 622 into your 722 to maintain a beautiful, intense 722 result on blonde hair. Keep in mind as well, if you are going to lift from a natural level 5 up to a 7, it is very important that you add your violet concentrate into your formula to minimize the warmth that's going to come through when you're lifting, in minimizing the violet reflect in your result. F22, another beautiful add-on to the F series. So this is a pure intense violet. Yes, again, on a level 9 and 10, where you've got, light yellow and very pale yellow, and you want to remove that yellow and create a beautiful tone, 722 is going to mix well with your F18, F19, F11 and F10, and even your F48 if you want it to be a little bit more creative. So creating a beautiful blonde with the F series, whether you're using an F21 or F22, I always recommend that, because our other F series are so ash, green and blue based, to prevent any greening on blonde hair, to add to even 1 to 2 grams in your 20 grams of your other F series to create beautiful blondes. If you want to create this beautiful intense color on the yellow, again, insanely cool shampoo minimizing the yellow. The more yellow we minimize, the less toning the F22 will need to do, therefore maintaining a more intense reflect. 1-to-1 with 10 vol on pre-lightened hair level 9 or 10, excellent result in creating an intense F22 after we minimize the yellow in the hair. Oh, my favorite series. So exciting to be working with this series, the 0.92s. I know they've scared a little people out there, so let's make this really simple so you can be confident in recommending this range. So, excuse me, 592, 792, 992. We have the in-betweens easily created. So a 692 can be created by equal parts of 592 and 792. And an 892 is created by creating equal parts, by mixing equal parts of 792 and 992. Where are these tones excellent in? If I've got a client per se who's been copper for a while, it's now fading and she wants to go back to brown, this series is excellent for counteracting all that orange from the hair, being a strong blue base, leaving you with a beautiful smoky brown reflect, especially on a level 5, 6, 7, 8s. We are now talking about slightly more yellow hair. So on your level 8, 9, you are going to achieve a more beautiful violety gray toning. Keep in mind as well, when we are lifting from natural hair and using the 9.2s, therefore great for hair that is slightly darker, a little bit more coarse, that tends to end up always on a warm reflect rather than a lovely brown. We have more of an ability now to achieve those cooler browns when lifting from dark reflex. by using the 0.92 series. So if I'm going from a level 4 to a level 6 and I want as neutral or slightly cooler brown as possible, mixing 592 and 792 to create a 692 with 20 volt, I can even further add some of the 01 or the 09 into the mix to further prevent the orange underlying pigment from disturbing the reflect, and you are going to achieve a nicer brown than ever before with these reflects. The 9.92 on, say, light yellow hair level 9 will give you a stunning grey violet reflex. So don't fear these, they're not going to go blue. The only way these reflex will show the blue, and for those that are wanting an edgy result, these are perfect, because if I have level 9, level 10 pre-lightened hair and I mix a 792, I will get true to swatch 792 on that beautiful light hair. So if someone wants to be more creative and create a tone, normally you would have to create either with a direct dye, playing around with the formulations to get that right tone. You can simply do this with 5 vol or the Jeval No Lift and achieve a stunning true 792 tone on that hair. Yeah, so again, like I mentioned with the 722, should you not want the 792 to continue fading out in a lighter reflect, then just simply add 592 into your 792 and you get the most stunning blue violet reflect. Yeah, so that's the 0.92 series. Great for counteracting orange hair or copper hair. Great to be lifting from a darker tone to a 1 to 2 shades lighter and achieving a brown that's going to remain cool and not go warm. And yeah, mix the darker and the lighter to create your in-betweens. Fantastic reflect. Next we have the 921. Opposed to the 912 or the 812 and 1012 series, this is now violet predominant reflect, so it's going to counteract maximum yellow from your tone and gives you more a pearl ash result. So here we now have the 921 along with the 1021 for your pearl ash results, and tone with your whether it's your no lift, 5 volt or 10 volt, depending what toning work you're doing. 921 is a great add-on to eliminate yellow tones and creating a beautiful pearly ash reflect. Finally, we have the new 0.19 reflex in your level 8 and your level 10. Again, if you want to make your level 9.19, simply mix equal parts of 819 and 1019. So if you're wanting to tone and create a beautiful grey reflect, your 0.19 series are going to be excellent for this. Recently, I've used them with a 10.00 in some foils, and it creates a very, very soft, beautiful reflect. So for those clients that are wanting a more permanent grey with their grey coverage and to blend in with their natural grey, 10.00 or 9.00 with your 1019 or mixing a 919 is going to really satisfy these clients because you get the most beautiful blend. Again, so on yellow hair, to create a nice soft grey color rather than an intense grey, your 0.19 series is an excellent choice in creating your beautiful grey reflects that are soft, silvery on your level 8, 9 or 10 pre-lightened hair. So I hope these have given you a little more insight into how to best recommend and prescribe these new reflex to the customers walking in the store. and soon we're going to be creating a more detailed and more visual technical video with all the new reflex. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you.